Dr. O'Gara.
First of all, thank you everyone for coming. And again, this occasion is for the original Panther-1, for being the real MVP, the most valuable player at Forest Park High School. Mr. Manning has set a tradition in terms of being an awesome principal and being an awesome individual for the last 13 years at Forest Park High School. And basically, I just want to say a few words regarding the impact that Mr. Manning has had on his faculty as well as the community. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to recognize our original MVP, the most valuable player, Mr. Derrick C. Manning. Mr. Manning, you have been inspirational to us all. You continue to inspire us even though you have moved on to bigger challenges. We recognize you as an awesome educator and a man of valor. You have truly impacted the lives of thousands of students and adults. Panther-1, my brother, today is your day. You have played a significant role in my life, and I want to publicly thank you. This is our way of collectively expressing our agape love to you. We love you, my brother. At this time, I guess, Ms. Garner, we're opening up for dinner at this time.
But before we go, we do have special guests in the audience. We have our interim superintendent, Dr. Anthony Smith is here. And I'm sorry, Dr. Guiney, what is your new title?
Chief Academic Officer, Secondary.
Chief Academic Officer, Secondary Schools, Secondary, Dr. Guiney. Okay, so before we get started, we're going to allow Dr. Smith and Dr. Guiney to come up and say some words of wisdom, appreciation about Mr. Manning.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome, sir.
Spacious. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank his beautiful bride, Kim, for being with us today with her, extraordinary schedule. I'm so glad to see her when I walked in. So thank you for being here, ma'am. And but I also want to acknowledge our phenomenal board member who's a big supporter of this school, Ms. Victoria Williams. And some of our dignitaries, one of my great friends, one of the leaders in this community, one of our leading pastors in the faith-based community, Bishop Dr. Green and his wife, Dr. Green. And his tremendous staff and all of his friends and family. Thank y'all for being here today. I'm going to be brief, but I can say a whole lot about my friends. But I know y'all got 4 hours waiting on me. When I said I need to go first, I was like first after the food. But anyway, Derrick, I didn't know it was 13 years here at Forest Park High School. And I mean, you have shown commitment relative to energy during year 1 all the way up to year 13. Nothing changed about your commitment. A lot of times now, principals, after 3, 4, 5, 6 years, that full commitment, particularly with the energy behind it, starts to wane a little bit. But not with Mr. Derrick C. Manning. Not one iota of his energy diminished in terms of giving his full effort to the success of Forest Park High School as Panther-1. And not to mention, you can throw in other years that he's been a high school principal in tough situations. Mr. Manning, I want to say you've been a principal at 4 high schools. Yeah, 2 of them here in Clayton County, 1 in DeKalb and 1 in
Bartow County.
In Bartow.
And 2 here in Clayton, and also Palm Beach County, Florida.
That's right. Nothing about this man's energy has waned. Nothing. And I want to thank you for that. I really do. I mean, just a full commitment to these students and these families over here. And we appreciate you for that. But we've been friends for a long time. I remember when you came to this district over at North Clayton. Our first introduction was not so rosy. He was kind of, I was trying to steal some people from his school. He was kind of slow ball in the process. And I had to get involved a little bit, and he said something pretty snappy, and and I had to come back at him. And I said to myself then, I like that guy. And of course, we've been friends ever since. I mean, I've been a part of your life, you know, personal and professional. I've been a part of your journey, you know, your mom, you know, the good and the bad, all of that. I've been with you there as a friend, I want to say, Mr. Manning, and I hope you affirm the fact that I've been a good friend for all of these years. But professionally speaking, I couldn't be more pleased with the support of the board and making that one of my first official appointments as superintendent. For me to be able to roll off my lips, I recommend Mr. Derrick C. Manning for a high-level position, and the board affirmed that with a unanimous vote. That was a joy in my life and my career as a superintendent. A joy, brother, a joy. And I know you're already doing extraordinary things in your role. As a matter of fact, you're mentoring folks that are in similar roles to you already, because you bring so much, man. You really do. You bring love, you bring commitment, you bring experience, you bring dedication, you bring all of that. And you know, so not only are you going to do very well, Mr. Williams, he's going to do very well in this role, supervising high schools. All of our high schools, that's a challenging role. Challenging role. And Mr. Manning is respected by his peers. And that was a non-controversial appointment, because everybody realized that man deserves that appointment, and he deserves the role that he's in now as a superintendent, assistant superintendent of high schools. Mr. Manning, I want to thank you for being a great husband, a great father, a great son, and just to have gotten to know you and knowing what you bring to the table, and knowing what you're going to continue to do, not to support just me in the role of interim superintendent, but just the whole district. The whole district. You know, we're better off having you. And I know the Forest Park people, you're a little sad, it's a bittersweet thing, but we need his talent to reach around the swamp folks. That's just the bottom line. And he'll be able to do just that in this role. So I'm not going to belabor the time and the point about how great you are. I'm sure other folks will come and do just that. But I just want to let you know, brother, from the bottom of my heart, as a close friend and as a great colleague of yours, I want to publicly thank you, and I want to publicly let you know, brother, I love you. I love you as a brother.
All right, that's a tough act to follow. But Mr. Manning, I've known Mr. Manning for I think a little bit over 15 years, but I got to know him even better in around 2010 when we were principal colleagues. I left the district, came back, and got to work very, very closely with Mr. Manning starting in about 2016. So from that time, we really got to know each other very well. One of the things I'll say about Mr. Manning is he is a very ethical person. He's a man of high character. He's a man who believes in hard work. He believes in owning his work, and he understands that as the principal of a school, you are responsible for everything. And that is, it's not an easy task. It's a weighty position, but he always embraced that and continued to embrace that from year one as a principal at Forest Park High School, but really year one as a principal at 3 other schools before that. So his career has been remarkable. As a leader, Maxwell writes about leadership influence, and Mr. Manning is a man of influence. And when you think about his career, Mr. Manning, starting from being a science teacher to an assistant, to a coach, to an assistant principal, a vice principal, principal of 4 schools, an area superintendent, and back to being a level area superintendent today, that leadership influence is like a pyramid. We have an opportunity to influence so many. As teachers, we influence children directly. As assistant principals, we influence teachers and colleagues. Principals, we influence the entire staff, and so on and so forth. And those people go on to influence others. So Mr. Manning, in the course of his career, almost 40 years, working in those various roles, if we were to try to quantify that number of people he has influenced, it would be exponential. we couldn't even fathom what that number would be. Would it be tens of thousands? Would it be hundreds of thousands? Or would it be millions? Because some of those he influenced as a leader, as a teacher, took that message and they said, I'm a better person because of that influence Mr. Manning had, and I'm going to pay that forward. So as a man of influence, Mr. Manning, I wouldn't be surprised if you influenced millions of people. I am happy to say that I am one of those people, and I'm blessed and fortunate and excited the fact that I get to see you still every day. A little bit closer proximity, but we get to work together, and I'm even looking forward to even more with the restructure that Dr. Smith had the foresight and the vision to create, and we're going to be working side by side on a lot of projects and making the district better together with Dr. Smith's assistance as well. I'm proud of you. I'm very happy for you today, and I'm happy that all the Forest Park people, family, Dr. Smith, were all able to come out. But congratulations, Mr. Manning, on this next step in the journey where I know you are going to add to that number and you are going to influence even more people. So congratulations, and great to see everybody today. And I'm going to get out of the way so we can eat some parapas.
Thank you, Dr. Connie.
Check microphone. Less microphone.
Mic check. 1, 2. Mic check 1. Mic check 1. Thank you. Straight. Not gonna look better. Mic check 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the important part of these festivities. The important part. Bishop, would you bless the food for us, please, sir?
Father, we just pause now to give thanks. Lord, we are so grateful for this occasion. We're so grateful for the man of the hour. We thank you for him, his hard work, his labor, his diligence. Lord, that I witness daily, him working early in the morning till late in the evening. Lord, I thank you for the difference he's made here at Forest Park. And Lord, I ask your blessings upon this food. I ask you to cleanse it, sanctify it, and purify it for the nourishment of our bodies to serve you. We ask all this with a heart of gratitude and thanksgiving because you've been mighty good to us. I ask your continued blessings on this school, on every student, every teacher, all staff. Lord, bless Forest Park High School as only you're able to do. And I commit this school into your hands, Father, the best hands that I know. And we ask all these things rejoicing. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 At this time, the head table, you can come up for dinner.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your salad?
Okay.
And can we get the music back on?
Oh yeah, I have Bluetooth. Can you play the music?
In the graduation.
That's good. That's easy.
Yeah, just it's a Bluetooth. So you can.
Oh, yeah.
You can play. This is my comfortable. So I'm not. Just need to connect to the Bluetooth.
Ms. Carter, can you give me another spoon? For this one, you know, people some vegetarian. Broccoli? I'm sorry. Mr. Manning, broccoli?
Say that again.
Okay. Let me get you another spoon.
Hey, Mr. Manning. Wait, where? I heard Curry. I'm gonna beat you to retirement now. Doggone it.
Thank you. That's good.
Does it go right in the next plate of the cake? With your jacket.
So, congratulations, Mr. Manning. All that good stuff. Yes, sir.
Mr. Phil, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, man, you know what
What's the
it is.
word?
Man, you tell me.
That's how I do it now.
Did you get that on video?
Would you like my cookies?
You the same thing?
Nice food.
We eat.
I am fine. Love you, Mr. Manning.
Got in the box next to you.
How you been doing?
How you doing?
All right.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Congratulations, Mr. Manning.
Mr. Cole, what did you say about the bow tie? I wore bow tie. So you want to be right, yeah, one day.
My wife is.
Did you, what area did you grow up in?
Like the white one on your face.
Okay.
I went to Lakeside High School.
What's up, Miss Washington? Hey, Mr. A, how are you? Three kids at a time. Almost. For an occasion.
Was that something you need? I mean, oh, hey, Mr. Hey, Mr. Hey. Hey, Mr. Hey.
Most valuable Panther, okay? The most valuable Panther. And we made this for you to hang in your new office. Okay? That's from CTAE. Everybody got a chance to sign so I know you're going to take some time to read each of those messages. Okay, very good. And then we also want to give you a certificate to hang in your office, essential office now. Okay. We want you to hang this in your office so that you don't forget where you came from, although we know you came from other places. But this is the place we want you to remember you came from. So we want to give this to you on behalf of CTAE.
Thank you so much. Thank you for putting the C in.
Oh, we're going to always put the C. We always put the C. So if we have any other departments who want to come up and say some words of appreciation, if you have something that you would like to bless Mr. Manning with, come on up now.
That's
Yeah, department, come on down.
We'll put it over here for a minute. Yeah. Put it on the pan. Red carpet.
Well, Mr. Manning, on behalf of the math department, we want to congratulate you on your next level. We are so excited for you, and we're so excited for what God is going to do for your life next. And we appreciate you, for all that you have done for us and the support that you have given us. And just a little small token, we wanted to say thank you.
Being here is amazing.
We had some graduates and some other things going on, so that's all right.
Yeah. No, it's a good turnout. Great.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Math Department. Do you have any other departments that want to say something or? We have our ES department along with is that Ms. Short?
Science, yes.
In science?
Absolutely. We go back a while, I guess, at Forest Park High School, and I remember the first week I encountered Mr. Manning. I wasn't quite sure what to make of it. You know? I was like, this is a really intriguing guy, because we'd been through a lot of change, that's fine, and he came in, and Superintendent said best, just energy, just hit the ground rolling. And you know, many times in life we see that energy and we think, okay, this isn't going to last, right? Give it a week, give it a month, give it 6 months, and then 13 years later, it's like there's more energy, right? And it's just been just a pleasure to work under Mr. Manning. I can sincerely say that he kept me at Forest Park High School because of just his wisdom and leadership and how dynamic he is. And on behalf of DES, thank you very much. And it's an honor and a privilege, and just blessed beyond measure. Thank you.
Any other departments would like to say something regarding Mr. Manning?
Science.
Science? Science, come on down.
I'm right here. Mr. Manning, on behalf of the science department.
Just go ahead.
I'm a science teacher.
That's what I'm about to say.
Honorary
From one science colleague to another, we appreciate you. We love you. There's nothing you can do or say about it. We have enjoyed being, working with you, because you said we work with you.
That's right.
So we have enjoyed every moment. I know I have. The best decision I ever made back in 2017. I remember the phone call when I got it from you, and I was like, oh, he called me just like that. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. On behalf of the science department, we love you. This is a token of our appreciation.
Thank you. Your presence here. Thank you.
I have a presentation.
Okay.
On behalf of myself, okay, we have presented the science, but this is on me. I have a portrait for Mr. Manning.
I'm putting that right. Wake up.
You think that's big enough?
Yeah, big enough. And this is from Midas Law Images.
Thank you. I love
I appreciate you for giving me the chance to come to this school to showcase my talents and what I can do. I really appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much, and I wish you successful in your new office. I don't know how long you're going to stay there before you retire again, but then that is where to go. You always say. I appreciate you. That is one. Second one is from myself and my wife. We have a token for you and your wife. This is from Africa. So I'm not sure it's going to size her, but then I just sent a picture to my designer to make something for her, and you too.
Thank you.
So it's right here.
Open.
You want me to pick it up?
Open it. Yeah, take it out.
Okay.
Take it out. One green.
Okay, this is for her.
That's beautiful.
Very nice.
This is for you.
Isn't that beautiful?
It goes with the plants.
Okay, pay it.
You get a pants? You get a pants too. It's a complete set. Okay. Thank you.
Got a pants in it?
Yeah.
I walk up in the district office, they're gonna be like, okay. Thank you so much. I love you so much. You're an outstanding human being. Great teacher. You know how to play. I'm gonna give you.
All right, next will be the Austin Counseling Department. I'll call you right.
She had to get
Ms. Ramos?
They counseling too.
Okay, I can present. Hey, that's what I do.
Ms. Ramos. Ms. Ramos.
Ms. Ramos, will you join us, please? Stage left. Thank you, Ms. Ramos.
Well, Mr. Manning, we just wanted to tell you thank you and let you know that we are so very proud of you and the work that you've done here at Forest Park and throughout your career. And we wanted to present you with these flowers and hope that you will fill the room with love at home or in your office.
Yes, yes. You got love flowers. Thank you.
Congratulations, sir.
That's how we do.
Oh. Okay. Do we have any other departments who would like to come on down? Come on down. World languages. Come on down.
So today, I'm going to speak on behalf of the ESOL and the ELA department. Mr. Manning, thank you for your leadership, because I have realized within these past 5 years of being a teacher, being a leader is not easy, but you did so well. You did it so well. You have made such an impact on everyone, and you've made an impact on me and taught me what it means to carry the weight and do it gracefully. And I appreciate you so much. We do.
Yes, absolutely.
So, thank you.
And one more thing that I wanted to say to Mr. Manning, what sets him apart, and maybe I could say this, not only my words, I think a lot of you here who've been here for a long time, you can testify to this. Maybe because I've been teaching for 32 years, and I have taught different international schools. I have seen so many leaders, worked with so many leaders, but you're different. You are set apart, and you know why? Because you lead courageously, you lead with humility, and you care enough to lead. And most importantly, you love your employees. And why do I say that? Mr. Manning have seen all of my children celebrate graduation. You are always there. All of my 3 children. I want you to know that 2 of my children are now teachers. When my father died, you were there. When my mom died, you were texting every time. When all the family had COVID, you were texting. We have never seen a leader like that. And again, everybody here can testify that you are so different compared to none. Because why? You have the courage to love your employees first. You love the school. You want the school to be at its best. If there's a need to love your employee first, your employee always comes first. And I want to thank you for that. Because someday, I'm going somewhere, and I will carry that with me, that legacy, humility, courageously, and first things first, love. You've got that. And I think everybody, you can tell this, I will, that legacy will also stay with me. Your mantra, he always say, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it, but love me. And because we are crazy, we're going to sing a song for you. And Ms. Osborne, explain that song.
Well, Mr. Manning, I'm sure it's a song that everybody has an idea about. I need you, you need me. As you go up there, don't forget us. And like somebody said, the CTA people said, they said, don't forget where you're coming from. I
need you, you need me. We're all a part of God's body. Stand with me, agree with me. We're all a part of God's body. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. You are important to me. I need you to survive. Your goodness is running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me.
Mr. Manning, when you think of how Lim is going to cope, we're here and God is here.
And one more thing, Mr. Manning, when we sang that song, your goodness is running after me, we saw that in your life. We saw that in your life. And it will continue. And to wrap this up, the same thing, Philippians 1:6, I have the confidence. I have the confidence that he who began a good work will be faithful to complete in you.
Amen.
Thank you so much. And one more thing, the yearbook is dedicated for you. It's coming. Love you.
That's amazing.
I want to say some words to you, Mr. Manning.
This is what
I have the pleasure and the honor to have been a student here at Forest Park High School when you were principal here. Came in August of 2012. The school looked a lot different, and I remember coming in with no idea of what my life would look like 4 years later when I would graduate. Come senior year, by God's grace, got involved with Air Force Junior ROTC and took lots of AP classes and got very involved with that. But I do remember one moment in my senior year where I had gotten an award, thanks to Colonel Grill that he nominated me for that, and it was at the College Football Hall of Fame. And you had to pay to attend this award ceremony. It wasn't anything, not everyone could come, right? And I remember showing up that day with my mom and my dad, Colonel Grill, And when I turn around and I see Mr. Manning walk in, that meant the world to me because I was just a student here and I was not expecting you to be there that day. And for me, it was a big deal because being the first in my family to graduate from college and to join the military, I will say that I have achieved that as a result of what you did in this school, the way that you led. Because if you hadn't led, I wouldn't have received the education that I received. And went to North Georgia Military College with my head high, knowing that I came from Forest Park High School, that I got a great education. And everything that I am now is thanks to the leadership that you had in this school. And I want to say thank you for that. Believe it or not, as a teacher coming in my first year, I was still observing your leadership. You may not know this, but it has inspired me. Not only as a teacher, but also as a soldier in the military, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you hold people accountable. And I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure I'm doing the right thing, right? Because that is an example to me. So I just want you to know that I admire you, that I respect you, and that I'm so grateful that I got to be here as a student and a teacher under your leadership.
Thank you very much, Ms. Marquez, for those inspired words. Give Ms. Marquez another round of applause, please.
Can the PTSA say something? I mean.
Come on up, Ms. Williams.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, this is such an honor. Mr. Manning, everyone has said so many amazing things because that's the person that you are. I can piggyback off of that young lady, and I remember her here in the school with her ROTC uniform on, and to see her, I was like, wait, that was one of our students. So thank you for coming back to show your leadership where it began. And I know that her coming back had a lot to do with your leadership. I can remember my family and we came over here in 2015, my husband and my son. And one time Cass missed the bus. We called the principal. We were at work. We called Mr. Manning. Mr. Manning said, I'm on my way to go and pick him up. These times, a principal will go to your home and pick your child up. We will never forget that. We will never forget that. And as much as you poured into the PTSA around the county, this is what they talk about. This is how they talk about. This is the leadership that, if it wasn't for your leadership and getting everyone, Mr. Manning was like, okay, call me and tell me, who hasn't signed up? Y'all know y'all got those emails. I mean, right now, and that we changed the culture. We together, we changed the culture of what people thought or what their thoughts are about PTA. And everyone, they'll tell me now, I'm being the council, Clayton County Council PTA, so I'm over all of the PTAs in Clayton County now because of your leadership. And I am so, so proud of you. I'm so, so proud of you. You know, people talk about, when I go into meetings, they'll say, oh yeah, you from Forest Park. Mr. Manning used to talk about y'all all the time. He's so proud of his PTA. So we thank you for that. We would not have been the PTA that we are today. With all, when y'all go out, y'all see all of those National PTA School of Excellence since 2017, and that's because of you. Even today, the PTA came to a meeting, a district meeting the other day, and they won an award for the most teachers. And I know, Dr. Dancy, you will carry that on. You know, their award was for the most, out of all of the PTAs in District 7, Forest Park has the most teacher and staff participation. So give your this is just a little token from us. Mr. Manning loves turtles, and I'm sure that the you didn't see that. And we just want to say it's sugar free. But I want to tell you personally, from my husband and I, we thank you for opening your home, your arms for us to see you all get married in Pennsylvania. We were just, ecstatic to be there, to be a part of that. Thank you from Team Walker and the PTSA.
So I apologize for being late, Mr. Manning. Double duty. I was at the city council. I had to do my ward meeting, but I was like, I got to go, y'all. I got to go. So, Mr. Manning, I just want to say that I am grateful for the belief that you had in me to even take a position here at the school. I enjoyed throughout all my 4 kids that graduated from here under your leadership, and I'm grateful for what you imparted into us. We knew Mr. Manning didn't play, and Mr. Manning is in one of those moods. Don't talk to Mr. Manning right now. But we understood you, we understood your heart, because you always came back and you always told us how much you loved us and how much you want to make us better and be better. And so I'm grateful for that. And so I got a little token for you too. And it's a little bubbly, and of course it is not alcohol. Okay, I do not give alcohol. So it has this little picture on there. So it says, "Mr. Manning makes the world more bubbly."
I'm not gonna say a lot. I'm not a big talker, if y'all know me. But I've been knowing Mr. Manning since, I think my son came here in 2011. And my first time meeting Mr. Manning, he had my son's cell phone. Oh. I used to have to come get that phone. Now, back then it was off. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, this man gonna take everything. But when I got it back, he was nice. He was like, he really shouldn't have it. He's a good kid. Here you go. He didn't treat me like, be like, your son ain't supposed to have, He was real nice about it, and he's straightforward. He gonna tell you the truth. He gonna love you after, and that's what I love about him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I want to say one more thing. Because of Mr. Manning's leadership, you have leaders such as Miss James in the council. You have a board.
I've been PTSA since 2011.
Yeah, and then I actually ran for a position as well. So that just tells you what's coming out of Forest Park High School. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. I didn't think about that. Look, put on together.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you, Pamela. I'll see you next haircut.
Appreciate it, brother. You too. All right. You and
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time I want to give some special recognition for some awesome individuals who helped us put this together. First, I want to recognize Mrs. O'Neill for the awesome job she did with the decorations, coordinating the platters, everything. Ms. O'Neill has done an amazing job with the entire process. I called Miss O'Neill, I said, Miss O'Neill, she said, Miss Frey, don't worry about it, I got it. Don't worry about it, I got it. I said, okay, Miss O'Neill, I'll let you drive the train. She is awesome. I just want to publicly thank her for everything that she did in order to facilitate the process. Also, I want to personally thank Miss Garner. Miss Garner, hey, she's been amazing. Miss Garner, her team, FBLA, CTE department, they've done an amazing job in terms of the food, the invitations, the notifications. It's just been amazing, and it's been a pleasure working with these awesome ladies in their departments. And if you would, please give them a round of applause. At this time, now Panther One, you got to follow instructions. At this time, we're going to give the ex-Panther One, Mr. Derrick C. Manning, an opportunity to make some closing remarks for 2 minutes, and then we'll have Dr. Dancing.
I will try to be brief, but you guys know I'm not very good at that. If you've heard,
hold on, Mr. Man, hold on. Stand by. Mr. Garcia, we got to pivot. We have to pivot.
I'll be fast. I started here in 2017, and like one of the first emails that I ever opened, it was like a school-wide email, and it was a picture of a hall pass. It was wrong, and then the caption said, "Who wrote this? Identify yourself. How hard is it to write a pass?" And I remember thinking, I'm gonna get along just fine with this guy. So I've always appreciated his direct style. His expectations were always clear for staff and students, what you were supposed to do, like be where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there. So I always appreciate that about you. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. I will try to be brief, okay? And I know you guys have heard. Okay, you guys have heard me speak. I mean, over the last 13 years, but there's some things I have to share that's within my heart. Okay, first, in situations like this, you know, people normally come before the group and they say, "We'll give you all the praise to their Savior." You know, and I am a Christian, and I don't attribute this situation only, okay, to the blessings of God. Okay, but I attribute all of the blessings, okay, to God. That's what I live by. I'm not perfect, I'm not a saint, and I recognize that. And sometimes I even have questions, okay, about that whole phenomenon. Okay, but that is what propels me. I talk to my wife often about adversity. You can't choose your adversity, but you can't sometimes choose your blessing. I remember, and I was talking to a family this past weekend, and they were asking us about how we met. And she didn't know she was my girlfriend when she was in college. For some reason, I just had a courage, to approach her, and she was always, doing, something, significant. Okay, but I followed her, for years, and I finally, got that blessing, to get her attention. And that's one of the most important, people in my life, the most important person in my life. From the time I wake up, I tell her this, until the time I go to bed, she's on my mind. I mean, every single day. So I appreciate you being here, baby. I know it's a major sacrifice for you.
I would not have missed it.
She shot me at the district office when they made the appointment, and I was sitting there, getting ready to sit down, and somebody came and said, "Mr. Manning, do you mind if I sit by you?" And I turned and looked, and it was her. We had just left the day before, and it does great stuff like that all the time. Okay, in terms of this team, my love for this team, this occasion is just blowing my mind. I really didn't want to do this. My wife talked me into doing this. I didn't feel like people cared. I said that. She said, "No, people will be there. They're gonna say some nice things," and I was a little bit reluctant about that. But this has topped it all off. I can go to the house now and feel good about the work that I have done. And just in a brief sense, and you always think about what your purpose is in life, and I think I'm finally getting. I think my purpose in life is I try to help other people make their lives better. I mean, whether it's through education, or self-discipline, a consequence, or whatever. I'm thinking about, what you're gonna have to face is that I've already faced, and especially the kids. And sometimes kids don't understand that, and they take it personally, like you're trying to just be mean to them. Ms. Edwards was teasing me the other day. I stopped by for lunch, and she said, "The kids miss you." I said, "Really?" She said, "Yes." She said, one of the kids said something to the effect. She said something to the kid, "But Mr. Manning was mean to you guys." But Ms. Edwards said that, "Yeah, but he loved it. He loved it." So, man, I really loved that. I mean, I couldn't wait to get here in the morning. All the people here, I want to try to call a few names, and trust me, I'm going to just go around the room. Please bear with me. Ms. Lennon, Ramos, we go back even before I got here. It's special to me. One of the best, around. Williams, our board member, you guys are spectacular. And I started telling people, I said, they're here more than people that get paid. We're just a great group. And not only are we the best in Clayton County, we are the best in the country, in a consecutive sense. And that's from the leadership, of Ms. Walker and Mr. Walker. Oftentimes, Mr. Walker and I were the only testosterone in the building, and we just connected. We just connected. He was here being supportive and just a fantastic man, fantastic husband. I watched what you do. I try to emulate a lot of things that you do. Okay, Ms. James, when you were here as a parent, of course, your kids were wonderful and easy to, to interact with your kids. Okay, but Ms. James, after they graduated, she volunteered for about 4 more years. She was working for free. She come here every single day. Just great things like that. Help me out. Dr. Sherman and I go way back, and I'm gonna tell you what's unique about Dr. Sherman and I, and the love that he has for me. And I know he has love for me. You know, I'm going crazy. And we had a little situation where his forgiveness and his love and his encouragement, okay, even after that incident, like it never ever happened. And I really, really appreciated that. Our administrative staff, okay, and we have one of the best, okay, in the district. And I'm just so thankful to you guys because I know, I'm gonna tell this little anecdote too. We were talking one time and my wife was in the group and they were talking what they do and whatnot. And she said, well, what do you do? I said, that is a good question. Okay, but that's because they were so well versed in their job and just doing what they're supposed to do and don't have to hold anybody's hand. It just goes on and on. Mr. Core, he was kind of brief about our situation because Mr. Core, when I first started, he came in there, he was hot one day. He was hot one day. I did something crazy, I can't remember what it was. Mr. Core came in, he came there, he checked me too. But he didn't know, okay, what he told me, I was just being just ridiculous. He also said something with that too. I think kids were fighting all up and down the road. I mean, you guys may remember that day. It was terrible. It was just, and that just bothered my spirit. And I was sitting in my office. I said, what am I going to do about this damage control? I was depressed. It was just one of those days right before the full moon. Mr. Core came through there. He was just as jolly and getting ready to go home. He said, Mr. Manning, what's wrong? I said, this is a terrible day. He said, Mr. Manning, that's one out of many. I said, don't spend any time worried about that. We'll be right back on track tomorrow. That's all I needed to hear, okay, to get my stuff and get ready for the next day. And then one of my teammates said that. That's not typical here in Forest Park. That's one day. And that's how I looked at it. And we're going about our business of trying to educate and build kids to be the best that they can be. Mr. Garcia, you guys, yes, I've said it before, I have favorites. And Mr. Garcia, I remember in this room, I was in here with an event, and this is the kind of professional and great human being that he is. He saw me up there on the head table, and I was on my cell phone. And so he texted me, Mr. Manning, that's not a good look. But he was right. So when you adopt the concept of it's not about who's right, it's about what's right. Okay, you're just a better person, just a better situation. I didn't take it personal. I thought he had to do that because he cared about it. My wife, okay, at our wedding celebration, we eloped. No one knew that we were going to get married. Okay, I didn't tell my mom and anybody. And then and we got married, and then we had a celebration, and okay, Mr. and Mrs. Walker, they were right there, okay, with us. We had a great time. I really will never forget that. And when my mom passed, okay, Dr. Odom, okay, Dr. Dancy, Mr. A, okay, Mr. Frazier, okay, the Forest Park team was right there. That made me feel so good, okay, that they took the time, okay, to come, okay, and share that celebration of life with me. I never forget that. And I think that's the kind of environment or community or connection that we have here. And when I say that I love you, and there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it except for make me love you more, what I'm basically saying is, I can't control your feelings. Okay, I can only control my feelings. If I love you, okay, I just love you. It's not contingent upon you loving me back. And that's the same with the kids. And I think the kids kind of understood when I started saying that. They embraced it. They really embraced it. So I would never forget that. You know, Ms. Williams, you were talking about your son, and your kids were outstanding. And Ms. Williams, I mean, being a board member, I said, every time I look around, I mean, every day of the week, they're somewhere doing something productive in this community. I mean, every single day. And so I said, you guys, I mean, they just work. They work. And my friend, okay, Mr. Frazier, and I go way back. And we tease each other, we just joke and laugh all the time. One thing I like about Mr. Frazier, okay, he's gonna laugh at all my jokes. He's gonna laugh at all my jokes. He's gonna be truthful to them. He'll jack me up if I need to be jacked up, but but he has been a loyal, okay, phenomenal friend of mine, okay, for a number of years. And he, I tell you, now if I tell Mr. Frazier somebody made me mad, I mean, it's just a temporary thing. Mr. Frazier mad at me too. That's the love and the loyalty that we have. Until that is corrected, he's like, just stand back and observe. Okay, Dr. Green, you guys have been wonderful, okay, since I've been here at Forest Park High School. Every first day, we had our 50th year celebration. You guys were the first people here, but just a wonderful, beautiful family. I had to ask Dr. Green, they have kids too, because they do such a wonderful job with everybody else, and their kids are wonderful too. I mean, I said, what an awesome couple, what an awesome power couple. People that care and want for others what they want for themselves. And I think that's what life is all about. You could be selfish in a lot of senses, but you got to really want for others what you want for yourself. And Colonel Grill, I'm not going to forget you either. Colonel Grill, we came in here together. We said, we're going to resurrect this place. They were talking about Mondays Mills. The Mondays Mills had the best ROTC program. I said, nah. And Colonel Grill came in here, and with young ladies just like Ms. Marquez, who's an excellent leader, excellent student. That's why we overtook the district and became the best ROTC program in Clayton County. And then he came back. Yeah, he came back. But you can just tell when people are on board, and you can just tell people feel like you're doing the right thing. Can't mention everybody, but I'm looking at you giving eye contact, and with that situation with Ms. Garner, we've been here, Ms. Garner is, one thing I like about her, she doesn't prepare. I try to give you a week in advance, depending on what you want. She is on top of it. She is very patient, does a great job with so many different things, and doing a great job with the CTAU program. Coach of the year over there, Coach Fromberg, he's a Forest Park High School too. I like his style. He's a man. And he told me that one night, man, I'm a man. I didn't say a word, but I was thinking to my mind. I said, yeah, I'm an old man. But he is wonderful for kids, wonderful for the students. He's a good teacher. I don't like that jockeracy thing where you're just like an athlete. I don't like that. I used to despise that even as a student athlete. I don't hang out with football players. I want to hang out with students. And that's the message that you're giving to our kids. Miss Taylor Rogers, she's always the one that says, man, don't cry.
I'm the one that cries.
You're going to cry. But again, I'm going to bring that to a close, and I thank you guys for being here. I mean, it means the world to me. And I'm at the district office now. Yes, I'm trying to do my best, but it's a little bit of a different type of energy over there now, because a lot of people over there like this, we're in cabinet, and there's 3 people talking. I said, I'm gonna talk, I got something to say, because I'm used to the way we do things here. I said, Forest Park High School, we don't really do that. We don't care who's right, we just want to get the best idea. We don't care who it is. We don't worry about that, but they worry about it. They worry about that over there, like who's the smartest person in the room. I said, I'm the smartest person. I had to get so next. Oh, yeah. Mr. Manning was really listening. I said, Doc, I've been doing this for 40 years. It's been a minute. Yeah. But I end with that, and if my wife said I need to come to the house, I'm gonna be done. She was talking about that. I said, be any day, baby. I'm ready to go home. Any day, I'm good. Yes, but I've been running school since I was in the 4th grade. I was running school since the 4th grade. So I remember vividly in the 4th grade, And this guy was like one of the assistant principals or whatever. He was telling everybody what to do. And so I was upset because they wouldn't let me have seconds. You know, we used to have seconds. You can go back and get some yellow grits for seconds. But I was a big eater. I want the yellow grits. And so I told my teacher, I said, I wanted to do what he's doing. And she said, what? I said, sir, what do you do? I said, I want your job. I want to do what you're doing. I was in 4th grade. And he looked like, man, get him back in that round. That's what I wanted to do. All right, Peter. Thank you for coming. Dr. Nancy, it's your turn. Your turn.
Thank you, Mr. Manning, for that trip down memory lane. And this time we're going to have our new Panther 1. Let's give it up for Dr. Kim Dancy.
And that is a hard act to follow in more ways than one, not just in speech, but also in not just in speech, but also in position. Mr. Manning has a big personality and a big presence, and just has a standard of excellence. And so I'm going to tell you about my first month as an assistant principal here. And, I think the start time was 8 o'clock. And we all know Mr. Manning is a stickler for time. And so I'm walking through the cafeteria at 8 o'clock. And I'm talking to my girlfriend, what have you. And I got a nice little text. 8 o'clock is when you hit the floor. 8 o'clock is not when you walk through the door. And took that to heart, and feelings was hurt for a little bit, and I texted him that weekend, and I said thank you, thank you for not allowing me to be average, to not meet the standard, to have me exceed the standard, and I have not been late again. And it's just one of those things where I was able to receive it, and it was given in a spirit of love, in a spirit of excellence, and in a spirit of you don't want to be regular, you want to be better, you want to exceed the standard. And a lot of big shoes to fill, but I will say that the transition has been seamless because Mr. Manning has put the processes and procedures in place, the rituals and routines in place. We know how we come in school, the students know how they move. We all know that what we're supposed to do, so that I, am left to, wow, I can really think more about the big ideas and what have you, because the structure is already in place and the structure is ingrained. Like from one day to the next, we start, school still started, school still kept going on. Appreciate him for even recommending me for the opportunity. His opinion holds a lot of weight. We know his standard is high, and so just eternally just grateful for that. So we did have a couple of things for you, and you have a famous saying, once a Panther, always a Panther. And so that is Panther 1. Panther 1. Once a Panther, always a Panther. And then just a token of our appreciation, and it reads, Derrick Manning, the original Panther 1, thank you for 13 years of service to Forest Park High School. We appreciate you. I consider you a friend.
Yes.
I love you. And continue to have my back, as they call the district on me. Thank you so much.
You're good.
Thank you.
Right.
I appreciate you.
Get a picture.
Okay. All right.
The parents don't really like to call me. The principals like to call me.
Yes. Yes.
I'm nice now.
Yes. Thank you.
Group pictures.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. A wants to take group pictures over here in this area. And this basically concludes our celebration of Mr. Manning. First of all, I just want to thank everyone for taking our time out of their busy schedules to help celebrate this man. Thank you, Mr. Manning. Thank you for keeping it a secret when you try to put one to witness stand. Thank you for being secretive, because he's very nosy. Very nosy. Thank you, Bishop, for coming. Yes, sir.
I just want to say maybe Miss Manning, Dr. Manning might want to say something.
Mr. Governor Manning, would you like to say something?
Uh-oh, you're on the spot.
Say something.
He has the last word.
She was on the stage last night.
I know, I really was.
I'm just pivoting. That's what you call pivoting.
My heart is full. It really is, because this man is always there for me. We have been through, you all see the pictures on Instagram all over the world together. And usually it's because of my job or something I need to do, and he's right there, and it makes me feel whole. It makes me feel great to have him by my side when I am going about my business. So when he was promoted, and I came and tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Mr. Manning, may I sit next to you?" And he really did almost faint. And of course he cried, and I cried, but he cried first. But it was because it gave me such joy to be there for you. For once, I was like, I can be there for him and see him ascend and cheer you on after all the times that you've cheered me on. And this is another occasion that I would not miss for anything. One, I needed to hear. I needed to hear. We've been together 7 years, but you've been here 13 and 7. Wow, baby, that's a long time. Time flies when you're having fun. But you've been here 13 years, and then, so to hear people talk about you and hear what a great man you are, even when you're not around me. And I know you talk about, and I use it too. My husband tells his students that he loves them every day, and that is real. And to see the love for you just means so much to me. I'm proud of you. I know that you will continue to grow and glow and go. And I'm really proud to be by your side. You're a great man.
Thank you, baby.
And I love you. Thank you.
And Mr. A again has set up the 360 camera for you guys to enjoy, have some fun, sit and take pictures. Okay? So this will conclude the program. Thank everybody for coming. Department, our FBLA students. The tables and the chairs courtesy of Ms. James through Forest College. All right, that concludes our service.
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny. Which nobody can deny, which nobody can deny. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, and so say all of us, and so say all of us, and so say all of us. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us.